Oh, no, it was a restart. That's good news. Straight into the pistol here. Navi on the TT side, and the beat is kicking up.
Oh my God, how are you gonna cut it right off?
Oh, Simple even fell off the jump as well. Didn't even fast cap. That's a shame. Doesn't matter though. North have actually taken their long spawn and pushed out into position. They've got numbers here, and plenty of them.
Yeah, one thing that comes to mind right here, at least with North, they're gonna have to give it a real lasagnaed up approach here. They're gonna have to layer it up just a little bit, Hugo.
Cheese, meat. What else is in lasagna?
Noodle stuff.
Noodles.
I mean, y'all call noodles pasta noodles.
Pasta?
Yeah.
Like he's an impasta? Or anyway.
Maybe there's an impasta in the server, but we've hit an impassable wall over here towards the A-bomb site. That wall actually looks like Simple, and this round might be anything but for North. Kills go left and right. And yeah, I mean, this is an awkward spot. That bomb is still over towards long. That was dropped when they first tried to get in. That was MSL, I think, who dropped that there. But thankfully, AZ and Gate have come in to save the day. The cavalry's here. And this round should be over.
I mean, the benefit of that bomb getting dropped for North is the last thing Navi expected while setting up for a retake was a triple peek across the ramp. That's not what they were ready for. So, yeah, I guess, you know, not part of the plan, but North make do with what they have, and they do a great job of winning this round. Electronic saving his armor. Got full Kev, so he can upgrade that at least for the cheap price of $350.
Which is always delightful, isn't it?
Yeah, nice little discount. That's assuming he saves and North don't exit towards CT, but you'd imagine long saves from T's on that A site, that will be the case. So a round for North, a T-side start. It's exactly how Nuke began, a 4-0 lead for North back on that previous map. Well, they kick things off on the right foot here as well.
That they do. Perhaps they can start to run away with it, but I don't think that Navi's going to just let them do that. Not on Dust 2. We know what these players are capable of on it, so there's still a little bit of a chance for our predictions. There's still a shot. Harry?
Yeah, it's not... I'm not worried yet, but there's certainly a world in which North can walk away with this, right? Like, that's something that we spoke about a lot yesterday in that Astralis and IP game, about how, like, these teams have had a decent while to prepare for these matches. And I think, you know, if you're North, you go into this expecting that you're going to get your map pick of Nuke and that you're going to face Navi on Dust 2. I think those are the certainties. I think the question mark is probably Overpass as that third map, right? That was one that surprised us. But you know, if you're MSL, you've been prepping for these two maps. You've been getting ready for Nuke and Dust 2. So, is all that work, is all that effort going to be enough? They try and get the bomb across in this round. Now, damage done over on the North side of things. There's two players tagged up there on the cross, one of them put down. 3-on-3, and the shot's missing through the smoke. Gade actually goes up and over and deals with a man in CT. Now, Perfecto is still a question mark, still unknown. Has Flamey alongside him. But are they going to be able to find anything?
Ooh, Occasion's backed up. They might line up for Imperfecto with the trade immediately, and up from above, Gade peers down for a frag. It's going to be North doubling down. Navi certainly make it interesting with the force buy, but not close enough. And even if Gade were to die, that was a long plant with a Krieg in the pit. It was a very difficult spot.
And I do love the smoke, even though it's a very simple smoke there right on the cross. It gives him, or at least gives Navi that opportunity to kind of get out and still fight the guys in sight while obstructing the vision of the long player. So. Yeah. There was certainly a world where that worked out, but it's just not the one that we're living in. Now, still not a very armed up Navi at this point. They're going to have some pistols and one deagle and one nade. So what will they do with it?
Oh, this could be the perfect read from Navi. Look at the stack. 4 players inside of B. Boomich watching middle as well to lay down some covering fire. And North, they could always go up the catwalk, but they are congregating towards middle. There's a chance this ends back in the B site. Although the more players that go up towards short, the less likely that is. And Boomich is hearing all of this information. When do Navi get complacent and start to get aggressive towards this B tunnels? They might have had enough at this point. North have pushed all the way into the A site. Boomich has calmed that to his team. And now Navi realize that this stack will be of very little value to them. Given a bomb plant over, a 5-on-5 retake. All about exits here. If Navi can try and set up outside of the long doors and come in late to kill North as they escape that bomb radius, there's a chance that they could get some weapons to save. Ultimately, North just have to be very, very careful, stay grouped, and not give away any Kriegs.
Definitely don't want to give away the Kriegs.
No.
Not at this juncture of the game.
MSL ain't about the giving, he's more about the taking, and he will take the life of Boomich away. Navi actually playing this far more passive than I anticipated. They are giving a lot of room here for North, and Game might even make some money off of this UMP. That indeed he shall. $600 a kill, it's getting messy, and Electronic will trade, but not worth even picking that gun up. He would upgrade it if he got it anyway. So 3-0 for North. Can Navi bounce back with their first gun round?
Now Electronic's going to pick up the AWP, toss it over to Papa Simple. Everyone will have the firepower that they require on this round. I don't see any kits. So let's hope for Navi's sake it doesn't get down to that point. MSL going for a pick here. Takes a shot. Nothing lands. So far, Navi want to play at least that of Boomich towards long. He's going to get ahead of it by using Molotovs and smokes to sort of stop any aggression that could be coming out at a Fury's pace. But that will be him using just about all of his utility, actually all of it. North, meanwhile, on the Xbox position, going to try to work their way up catwalk. And this has worked for him before. You can see why they would want to go for it again.
I love that camera shot as well. Ever since they added the ability to change the FOVs, I know that all the observers have loved it. And we just saw it there. You get a nice, little view of the entirety of this A site, including long. Now, we've seen nice camera shots. Now we just need nice shots, and they don't come in at all. Electronic actually just bows out from catwalk. Probably the safe decision. They try and bait the peek in, but MSL is one step ahead. I've seen a few simple clips from up on that boost now. I do not think teams are going to be falling for it anymore. Kirby and Gade have made quick work of these incumbent A-site players. And so now it's only Perfecto and Flamey remaining. This isn't going to be a Navi round. This is going to be a Navi save. This should be the 4-0 lead for North. One thing I think that it would really suck to have happen is if Navi go from looking like they're in the best form ever to coming into Pro League, and if they maybe don't recover from this, and you know, like, is that going to cause any problems? I mean, obviously it's only day one. We've got places to go, but I think Navi, depending on the outcome of this series, are going to be a really interesting story to keep an eye on throughout the Pro League for that exact reason.
Throughout the duration of this entire year, I mean, they're definitely a team that's been touted as one to look out for. And I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. You will have to go back to the drawing board, you know, if you take an L here to North. But we'll let them figure that out in due time. Purchasing power at a low here for Navi. Pistols yet again in what is a 0-4 start on Dust 2. First map having gone to North, that was Nuke, and now we are on Dust 2, potentially Overpass after that.
I mean, you say potentially, yeah, Navi got to get some rounds first here, Trace.
Exactly, like, just the potential's there, but starting to dwindle, isn't it?
We're early days. Let's not, you know, count our chickens before they hatch.
Back to the eggs, I see.
Or count our eggs before they crack. Either or.
There we go.
Or both. Or neither.
Yeah, basically, man.
Options are there, Trace. You do what you want. The world is your oyster. Or your shellfish. Oh, look at this flank. Perfect time. Boomich misses a shot, though. Kirby has swiveled on the spot, and he will stay alive, holding on to this position. Boomich has got to bail. There's no way he can commit to another re-aggression, surely. Kirby is going to be here all round long after that push. A-site taken by North. They got that one-way smoke to enable fights to the site on the headshot angle. There's no one here, though, for Navi. They've once again given up the site. They've double pushed long as Kirby has conceded this position. And Kirby might just find Perfecto pushing in through the B tunnels. That is going to be a kill that would salt you right up if you're Perfecto. What do I see there?
What just happened?
I mean, that's, you know, you kind of understand it, because if you're Kirby, you're anticipating the saves already come in. Now, he's in a very awkward spot. Surely, there is no survivors for Kirby, and indeed there is not. He is snuffed out. That will be the round for the North side.
Yeah, gun saved is something here for Navi, but by and large, not going to really matter when you're 5-0 down. You're thinking about winning. You're not thinking about saving. But yeah, I mean, I like that play from Kirby. Really rage-inducing, but you know, if you wanted to get in Navi's head any more than you already are, that's a great way to do it. Perfecto, who already had troubles on that first map, he really didn't show up individually. And yeah, that can't afford to keep happening here in the second, with North now 5-0 up. Another buy for Navi. Double AWP as well, most importantly. Flamey going to be joining Simple to lay down the pain with the big old green.
The pain train.
Bang.
So far, it's MSL that's whipping the op around on this map. Perhaps we'll get a show from Simple as well.
Ooh.
I've been waiting for this Navi side to wake up. This is the round where you're hoping for it. This is the round where they could deliver, and already they are. Nade from Boomich,
Whoa.
Shot from Simple, and in a matter of seconds, this has gone from a 5-on-5 to a 3-on-5. North having to try and claw their way back in to this round. Whatever plan they have has been derailed. Gade, ooh, he gets that trade there. Simple now into the firing line. Looking like he wanted to hang around over here in CT, and he's going to with just the D. Kirby's holding long. Oh no, Navi, you cannot throw this away. This was a 5-on-3, and 1 by 1, they fed North these kills to give them an avenue back in. Now the Gade one, forgivable. The push down towards Kirby at long, you understand why Boomich is attempting it. He wants to get the information, he wants to make sure that avenue is clear while they're holding down the short side, but sadly, that could be their undoing. Thankfully, Simple's in. Maybe going to be the savior. Cajun and Gade. 2 versus 3 now. And that bomb half ticked.
They've got to move now or never. No kit to play with. Cajun's got a kill, but he's been forced back to Goose. Next contact on Gade. Got to get this kill. But not even really at a rush for it. Navi are running out of time. And Simple's not even going to consider this round. He is running for the hills. Tail between his legs. Swapping AWPs on the way. It's a 6th round for North. And they are just not letting up. Foot firmly on the gas.
So Simple's able to peel off, get the kill on the KRB, who was coming out of long, right? Makes sense. They get all the way up catwalk, and the trade doesn't happen when the player from Navi is trying to jump off into spawn. That trade not happening just ruined that whole thing. That was never going to go any further than it did. And obviously North are finding their comfort zone right about now. Tactical timeout. You can wonder and speculate what they're talking about. What would you be talking about? Tell us. Hashtag ESL Pro League. What would you say in your team talk at this point, at this juncture, when you're Navi down 0-6?
I'd be saying, you know, I'll be speaking it simple, straight up, and I'll be saying,
listen, bro.
if there ever was a time, okay, it's now. We do not want this to happen. You don't want to go from the high highs of Katowice, you know, going on a 6-series win streak flawlessly through the finals, looking so damn good. And then you come to Pro League and bomb on day 1.
Well, Astralis did it. Why can't Navi?
Yeah, I mean, I hear it's all the rage right now with the best teams in the world.
Everybody's doing it, man. Well, here comes Electronic, storming Norman up catwalk. He might get the drop on him. He's making a lot of noise. But I don't think that they're aware. He's getting a lot of info, too.
Ooh, I like that from Simple.
Yeah,
a little bait, little smoke on the molly. No one's there. And he's going to take down MSL. North still don't know if there's anyone on car, right? There's no reason to assume that was a fake.
But look at the pincer here from Electronic. He's got him cut off. They don't know he's there. He's going to get all the news in the world.
What a gremlin.
And they have just turned around. 3 members alive in North. They're going to start to head back along. They've got really nowhere else to go. Electronic is answering the door behind them.
Knock, knock.
There you have it. Easy does it. Simple, the only one to fall in this round. Him having done enough after 2 frags. First round on the board for Navi. And boy, did they need it.
Yeah, Simple even gets given the AWP back.
Electronic is there in the DMs. It's your driver. I'm outside, and he arrives around the back line, shuts it all down. You go, we've been there, right? Trapped on the other side of the gate while our driver's there.
Yeah, yeah. Gone for quite a walk, you know. Flanking all the way through long.
All the way around. The longest flank you could possibly take, actually.
But as long as you get to your destination at the end, Trace, I think that's what matters. It's about the adventure. It's about the story.
You're right.
And Electronic, he has traversed around this map to find a round for Navi. Will it be their last?
You've all picked up on the tension in the room. That's it's definitely here.
Yeah, sometimes you got to read the room, Hugo.
Yeah, read the room.
All right.
Yeah.
Now Nade's going out in towards mid to try and thwart this push. Gade tagged up by that Molotov. Bit of noise made to give up this this mid to cap plate from North. I think every team has tried to address their Dust 2 CT side in a bit of a different way lately with the you know, like real tendency to see these cat to B plays along with like a long split being the norm for this A bomb site. But as we saw from like fours earlier on, right, and Complexity with this double long setup, Navi just don't subscribe to that. They're instead going for this double play. Ooh, boost over the top. Nutmeg from Simple.
Yeah, that was about to get real wild. MSL's really trying to take these fights to Simple, though. And I think that speaks volumes. You can't just sit back and let Simple get started and dictate where he wants to fight, because don't know too many teams that's ended well for. Flamey flashes over B. They have decided to split B right here. The bomb's going to be working its way in the doors right now.
Oh! How is he alive? He was getting spammed down. Electronic lives to fight another day, and Flamey fights right now. He waits for no one on the site. 2 kills before AZ trades, and that will allow Bompar Bakir be stuck in no man's land, and no men in that land anymore, as Electronic takes him down off of the box. AZ, nice off angle, but this is a 1-on-3, and Navi are playing so patient. They have a flash to get through these doors. Swapping the AWP out to Electronic, who's tagged up. Let Simple come in first.
Yeah, 3 kits here. A lot of room to run. Ace is going to peek the windows, able to take out Simple, but that just immediately dooms him. Takes his chances away. Electronic's going to get the op kill. We're going to see a defuse in a second round here for Navi.
That's such a rough spot for AZ, because you know in a 1-on-3, you really need to force a fight. You really need to get a 2-on-1 before Navi come in, because if they all just push door and window at the same time, you're losing that round. But unfortunately, Navi know that the pressure AZ has on his shoulders, and they can just hold passive from CT, play those mind games. North coming in with their first tactical pause of the map. Navi finding 2 in a row. North don't want that to spiral out of control.
And even this little detail as to how Navi positioned for that retake, I think it shows what Boomich brings, because that's like a nice way to handle a 3-on-1 that can still get out of hand, right? You know that AZ in that situation is panicking about the tunnels, about the window, about the door. He's got to watch all these positions. And so the odds are he's going to try and take a bit of a foothold in one. They left Electronic just holding the window from CT, as if to say, well, we're all coming from mid. If he tries to peek this side of the map, then you get the trade. And that's exactly what transpires. So that's brilliant. That whole setup was pretty foolproof. In terms of, you know, not giving AZ any room to win that round. Really, the only way that he maybe stood a chance is if he went for the tunnels push. But AZ has no information, and so Navi used that to their advantage.
Close from MSL, not quite hitting that cross shot. Would have been huge, considering there's only 1 man on that B site in this round. North setting up towards long, but a deep smoke thrown in by Navi will deny that presence for the time being. Double catwalk play as well. Similar situation with a deep smoke from Navi, really trying to delay North on these early pushes. That molly is wasted. $600 burnt to a crisp, or extinguished rather, in the smoke. North are going to come through late with the flashbangs and try and catch this setup off guard. Simple and Boomich, 1-2 punch.
Boomich down in the pit. Oh. Flash is good though. He's not able to get anything. Simple. A couple of missed shots, and this is a horrid spot to be in. Oh, you either try and get away or you commit to the fight. And with a man so deep up through short and no one realizing this is falling apart for Navi.
Electronic was holding the site walk up, hoping that he would let players get deep in towards the site near Goose before he take those frags. And, well, if anything, that essentially baited Simple into the player up on Catwalk who was watching the cross. MSL dodges a bullet from Simple by jumping into the long peak. The confidence is there, clearly. And boy, are the results as well. 7 rounds on the T side from North.
I think something that North have been good at doing is they very much plan for the worst case scenario, right? Like they've got these fail safes in place so that if everything goes wrong, they're still left with options. Whereas Navi, and not that there's anything wrong with this usually, it feels like they're kind of playing assuming everything is going to go right. Like with that double setup over towards long, as you say, Electronic was only holding the walk up because in their eyes, they should be winning that long fight and then Electronic can pounce on the short players. When that doesn't work though, and when you're not landing your shots, when the strats aren't working how you're envisioning them, it really does look a bit messy, like this here. Yeah, this is a perfect case study of that. So from Navi, I don't know. I don't want to say, you maybe have to start playing a bit safer just because the shots aren't landing, but that might be the solution right now.
Yeah,
it just might be, especially if North consistently are stacking up rounds here.
Oh, there it is.
Dear.
It was so close last round. I was waiting for it to happen. And again, that's a solo B player. No one's going to capitalize, funnily enough, here from North. But Navi are quick in rotation.
Yeah, here comes the stack on short. They're going to be looking down into lower, trying to get a pick there, just sort of even up the score. But North aren't really putting themselves out there. They're not going to be giving up any lower picks anytime soon. In fact, the only players they have towards B are in the upper side of the tunnels. So the boost falls off, and now North will assume the positions here in middle.
What is the position, Trace?
The position is to hold and win the war. That's the position. And for the time being...
Oh, look at this from Electronic. Smoke Warrior. He's in it. He's breathing in the fumes. And is that going to spur him on? He's all gassed up, and he will take down the first man. He's feeling great. Feeling fire as it's burning down towards his feet. He gets himself away. Simple's helped out over at long. That's even the collateral onto AZ. Both of these players for North were over at long side, but they've had to dismantle this, and now they're relying on the aim and aim alone of these two remaining players, AZ and MSL. They'll split up. They're not playing this together. Trying to pressure this A bomb site. It's been such a vulnerability for Navi thus far, and so they're looking to exploit these same holes that they have time and time again. MSL dealing with Electronic. Once more, this defense has fallen apart at the A bomb site, and this was a 2 versus 4. Now turn 2 on 2. A chance to get this bomb down. AZ's retrieved an AWP and fallen back to long. The bomb is planted. Missed shot from Boomich. Ooh, does manage to get it. And it's AZ on 16 points of health and a dream all the way back on the platform. He's got to try and snatch this one away from Navi.
They don't exactly know where he is. Bomb is planted for him. Flamey with AWP. Boomich with the Krieg. Flamey's going to set up shop. He's going to try to hold this tight angle. Look for it, and he does hit the shot too. AZ had it in his hands. They're looking for the bomb.
Phew.
I guess they found it. That could have got real weird.
Just about. Yeah, nice try from AZ. Predicts the wrong angle, looks up and set it down, but the cover coming from below. And Navi finding a third. But boy, they're really having to work for these rounds. And remember how it started as well. MSL finding Perfecto on the cross only drew players away from A. That was North's final destination. Considering that was a 2-on-4, MSL and AZ do a great job of making it look winnable. Not quite, though. Double AWP still remains for Navi. MSL not going to hit the timing shot this time. Navi delay their cross after the smoke plumes. Makes them late to B, but lots of utility thrown in by Perfecto to deny a rush. North have been uninterested in this B site. Simple is hanging around for a while in that molly, and he is going to have to give it up. The nade finding nothing, and the A site being his home for the time being. Boomich just deep smoked, and they're coming through it. He's finding two bomb flying to his feet, and Navi have everything at their doorstep.
Yeah, bow down before the Boomich. Over at long, that bomb is under his control. And even though he's like conceded the long doors because he does not want to be fighting in there, he's now in a position where he can back away. But it comes with the added benefit of still being able to keep an eye on this bomb. Electronics even come in to join the party. They know they can't afford to give up the map, right? There's still a minute left. You cannot give North that much free reign, but they've got a lot of presence here by the bomb, and that's exactly what they need. That fight getting one there onto Perfecto has now given North a couple of options, and that's why we've seen Navi have to pressure this elsewhere. They go aggressive, they take long doors. AZ's trying to turn it around, but he meets Simple, and he meets his fate. Gade alone, AWP retrieved, and a 1v2. Is this just going to be the save? It feels like it is.
Yeah, 3 HP, there's not a whole lot that he can do there. Poor Perfecto hanging out in the B site. Hey, man, don't rotate. We need you to hold that side of the site down. Just get absolutely whomped. So, looks like another one on the board here for Navi, 7-4. The timer is going to run its course. Navi just going to hold on to the bomb. There will be no further developments in this round, at least.
I mean, that's kind of that, right? Like, it's just a save over towards B. But you look at kind of the effect this actually has for North, and while they hold on to the AWP, which might seem great, it's going to leave them in like this awkward spot where they kind of have to force, and they have. They've gone for the pistols, a bit of utility behind it. You're really hoping that this AWP on MSL could do something. If MSL gets the mid pick again, which he's been good at, then you can definitely get away with some mischief in this round over on the north side. Ooh, come on, MSL. You are a jammy man.
Jammy. We'll have to talk about that one later. I'm not real sure what it means. Just need some clarification.
Cheeky.
Oh,
Lucky.
that's all you should have said.
Yeah, jammy. It's like, you know, you're always good in a pinch because you always just seem to find the...
Like Leo DiCaprio and Catch Me If You Can. Type.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
a great,
He'd be
yeah.
described as jammy because he dodges the police a lot.
Dodges everybody.
Yeah,
really.
literally everyone.
Jammy Dodgers, great.
Exactly,
yeah,
that's...
great combination.
Well, here's a combination that we need to see. Electronic and a lineup of kills right here in the middle.
Oh, he doesn't
The
know.
timing is just unfortunate. He pulls out his knife, and he's going to try to walk it off. AZ's got other plans with that deagle. Meanwhile, 4 members here of Norse push towards middle, leaving just Cage and B in the lower tunnels.
Great call from North. They realized that Electronic was walking back to A, and the reason being is because Navi are running a double B setup anyway, with the exception of Electronic. So North have read into this well, knowing there are likely 2 players on B and therefore 2 on A. It's definitely going to be the better side to hit of the 2. The Simple is here, and he's got the AWP.
I mean, even then, he's had to give this up and wait for the retake, which, you know, right decision. But you look at this round and you look at what was invested into it. Sure, they've gone for the force, but it is just pistols around this AWP. This is already a great round, and it's going from bad to worse now for Navi. This could be a force buy with this one AWP carried forward around that North should have never picked up going their way in a pretty one-sided fashion. And, you know, even as you deal with Kierby, Navi have already made the decision to save. They've backed out. They're nowhere near this bomb site. It's going to be an 8th round for North with just these pistols and the AWP. And they get out of the round. Okay, yeah, they don't get all these other rifles that were dropped, but they get out of it with 2 AWPs and 4 players surviving. I mean, this is great for the Danes.
I think we're going to see that mid-cross shot as well with the double AWP coming through. That's a B spawn. North have not had a B spawn like this all game long. The issue is that, Harry, they have 2 AWPs. Do they want to abuse a B spawn with a double AWP? That would be a call and a half. But hey, you know, I wouldn't even say it's a bad idea considering the fact that they have conditioned Navi towards A on almost all of these rounds. Tactical timeout just to work out what they want to do with this round.
They've got him on the ropes so far. North looking hot to trot here. On Dust 2, they looked good on Nuke. You're right, Hugo. That 3rd map is starting to look more and more distant. Love the setup. I also want to, you know, just say that I also admire the fact that they're playing in their jerseys.
Yeah, no, I like that. You don't have to. But,
Straight respect
they're doing it.
that, you know?
Yeah. Well, here's something I'm liking as well. There was a lot of chatter then between Gade and MSL. So I think, you know, still kind of drawing off of one another, still looking to each other for a bit of inspiration.
Yeah.
And I like that. I think it takes a lot for such an experienced IGL to come in and still kind of, you know, give the respect away of the guy who was holding down the fort in the meantime, right, with Gade, who obviously has become very familiar with this team and how they operate. So what's the solution? What did they do? That's a nice boost. Simple never even saw that.
Yeah.
He was posted up, didn't even see the AWP down in lower tunnel. So he's left scratching his head. And the AWP doesn't even get retrieved from Catwalk. They just give that up.
Well, I mean, North have enough. It's not like they're taking a 3rd.
Obviously, I meant Electronic didn't get it, man. He's going to go back in maybe for it. Yeah, they...
Not known for his AWPing anyway. I'm sure he's fine with the rifle, really, at this point. North have been doing such a good job of trading. Picking up the AWP can make things difficult for finding multiple kills. Boomich will take it instead. More prolific with this weapon, I'd say, than Electronic. North with 4 out long, still Cajun lurking in tunnels, and Boomich, he has got to hit some whoppers, some bangers, if he wants to win this round for Navi.
He certainly does. He's got one of those angles, and he's also got one of those shots. MSL gets his head taken off.
Oh, no.
Oh, look at him go! A Boomich AWP moment. This was the AWP from Simple's hands, and he's imbued it with all the power he can and put it in the hands of Boomich. Now Cajun's coming on this round, but it's been heard, it's been telegraphed, and there's Flamey to get it. It's only AZ left standing as Boomich gets himself a 3rd. AZ now alone. Drops the smoke at A and gets this bomb down. Boomich is just going to wait for Flamey to join him. They want to try and approach this together. AZ, oh, he got seen there. Still playing around this smoke, trying to obscure the vision of Navi, separating these fights into 2 one-on-ones, ducking down, and oh, it's getting close. AZ's surrounded. They still haven't killed him. Finally, he goes down. There was definitely a world in which he can make something happen in amongst that chaos, but no, Navi, they weather the storm, and they'll get themselves that 5th round on the board. Boomage, still around with the ult.
Gonna pat Boomage on the back right there. Big with the op for him to pick it up and then reassume having to defend that long A area. Really good stuff from him. And ultimately, I'd like to attribute that round basically to his play right there.
If AZ had a little bit more patience on that shot down towards Flamey and CT, he could have won that round. He just immediately took the bullet. Flamey was actually had his back turned, so he didn't know he was being watched. But obviously in the heat of the moment, you just got to take the shot sometimes, and wow, sometimes it just don't connect. 8-5, North, they've won the half regardless. They're just looking to put the last couple of cherries on top. The candles on the cake. The milk in the cereal trays.
Oh, there we go. Now I understand. Thank you so much.
Thought you were lost.
I'm just kidding, Jesus.
We like to cater to you sometimes.
Nice. So on that note, what'll it be, fellas? Where are we going to see North go with this?
Oh, that could be a meaty nade. Actually, not that bad. They dodge it. Kirby still floating around down in mid. But this is looking like the B commitment. This is kind of what I was saying with North, that they always seem to have a fail-safe in place, even with Kirby just like floating around in middle. It leaves that option open just a little bit longer to spot for these flanks and to play around it. Now the B play comes in though, and Perfecto's removed. Kirby is followed up. Thankfully, Flamey says enough is enough, and he shows up with the Krieg, gets himself a double, and more importantly than that, the bomb is dropped in his crosshair. He could lock this in right now. 3rd kill for Flamey. Bombs getting planted, but North sat a man down. They deal with Boomich. They follow up onto Flamey, and now Cajun B with the double. Take a bow as he locks in that 9th round for North.
The worst part about that is Simple had a collateral lined up. There were two players in tunnels. They were dead. He was just about to fire, and Kirby takes him down with a Galil. If that kill doesn't come through, Simple's killed 2 players before North are even out into the site.
And you know, we talk about bomb diffusers going that close, right? That one was also down to the wire. He pulls that whole round starts to spin back around for Navi. Either way, last round of the half, 9-5 at North, looking strong, hot to trot. So we'll flip the page towards the second half. Conclusion of this round. Caribbe's gonna get himself on the blue bin. Also get flashed down to Oblivion, 26 HP, and they're gonna push him too. Oof. Not without some punishment coming through. Simple is gonna be there for the trade. It's a very scrappy round. It's Navi that want to play close on long A this round. Granted, that is what they needed. That's what they wanted right there.
That might just save the day here for Navi, at least in the short term. Bombs dropped, Cajun, he's committed. He's out the smoke and he's waiting by the doors. Where is Simple, he's wondering. Has he crept behind? No, not yet. No rush to get this bomb. He's got his teammate up on catwalk. May as well wait for a bit of support. And Simple starting to realize maybe there's a flank. Meanwhile, Perfecto, he's got to deal with AZ on top of the site, making noise and getting that kill. Trapping Simple in on long. He's got to force a kill. And he knows Cajun's up close, but switches to a smoke. Grabs a gun in the process, backing up and winning his fight. It might be an ace. It might be the 5 kills to close out the half. Cajun behind the smoke has to be careful. Playing with fire. Simple throws his gun in. He doesn't need a primary.
Another smoke, though. He can re-smoke this door right here. Look at this. The games that we play. Cajun B with the Krieg to end the round out. What was a little bit of a cat and mouse game right there at the very end. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, this is quite the game of Counter-Strike to be feasting your eyes upon. Side. As we jump into it here with North versus Navi on the second map. Now, Navi's odds for GG.bet are starting to shift in a more appropriate way, I say, Hugo.
Yeah, I mean, if you bet on North at the start of the match, you're certainly going to be feeling happy now. Those have quite literally flipped as North look to bring the fight to Navi. AZ is slaughtering them. 4 kills, fully blind with the USP. He can't get the ace, but who even cares at that point? It's a done deal.
Damn, that was something else. AZ-esque, I might say.
AZ is so talented with pistols. He's always one of these players who manages to churn out the most ridiculous clips. I mean, I think one of the best pistol aces we've ever seen was an AZ ace on Mirage back CT. In DreamHack Montreal, I'm pretty sure.
Even right there, that kill on the Flamey, that doesn't look real. That's not, you can't, that's fake news.
I know he got 3. 3 is enough. And then he gets a 4th. It's like, well, you can't even see.
And the 4th is like a fadeaway, basically. So he's already on his way out. So good stuff there from AZ to hold down the fort on B. That's not going to help the side of Navi as the scales start to tip heavily towards North, picking up this series 11-5. And, well, Perfecto's got something to say about that at the very least. Cajun B as well. 4 versus 4. These Deagles are coming into play for Navi.
Yeah, Navi, man, you got to be wondering where their mental state is at right now. This is almost over, this series. I mean, and that pistol, Navi don't even really get a chance to come back into the second half. They can hit their rifles soon, sure, but that has just severed them out of the first few rounds of the second half when they're already down 10-5 in the second map. It's just rough, Trace. It's just rough.
It does burn a little bit if you are a Navi fan. If you're watching this and you're like, well, what the hell's going on here? We don't have an explanation for that. Would love to know what their explanation is, but I can imagine some frustrations are running a little high right now. Nothing seems to have gone their way, and that is when it really comes down to the culture of the team, the mentality of the team. How do you reverse it and get back on path?
I mean, the other thing is, right, it's weird because Electronic and Simple are usually like the two pieces of the puzzle that you need to have in place for Navi to be winning. And they've been topping the charts. They've both had great moments between the two of them. I think really this is like a pat on the back for North, who is showing that they've come into this season of Pro League having put in the hours and done the work. I know Navi are looking a bit slow to the start. I think maybe a similar situation to Astralis where they kind of have to warm into this.
I have a point to make to follow up on that,
yeah.
but it'll come after this round. We'll see what North can do. Actually, I mean, no, this is an appropriate time as ever. I think one of the big worries is, especially for Navi, when you come off the back of a performance like they just had at Katowice, and you absolutely rock the boat, and you show what you can do, North, they know they're playing Navi. What do? They watch all those demos back, and they work out exactly what worked for Navi. This is something we mentioned in the first half, Harry. Navi's setups were dangerous, but if they're hitting the shots, the danger is averted. And unfortunately, they weren't hitting their shots, and so North know exactly what's going on. I feel like, North come into this game fully prepped for what Navi are doing, but Navi can't do the same for North because there's just not the demos, there's not the VODs. This team hasn't played with NSL for too long now. So, yeah, I mean, certain inherent advantage coming from the preparation aspect of things, but yeah, I mean, that pistol round we just saw, that's really the cherry on top. That's the
creme de la creme.
Yeah.
Crimes de la cremes.
It's creamy, all right, Trace.
Not a Momo in sight, though. And for the time being, not a whole lot in the sights other than Simple and Perfecto finding something, making it a 2v3, keeping it interesting. There you have it, Cajun B with the response. Can't seem to get that last frag onto Simple, who is very, very hurt. 32 HP. AZ versus Simple.
Oh. You would have bet your house on it, Trace.
Yeah, probably. If I say so.
Not a good idea. 13-5, 3 rounds away from North closing out this series in a 2-0 fashion. We had Astralis yesterday in the opener for Group A get knocked down by NIP. Another 2-0, another storming stomp. And this one is no exception. The best teams in the world are valuable when it comes to online matches. But no discredit to North. They have truly worked hard to get here, and they've shown us some great Counter-Strike along the way.
That they have. And for the time being, North look like they're full control right here.
Crazy position to get a couple of kills here, but actually not able to do so. Thankfully, that nade from Kirby keeps things even and deals with the low HP player. Almost a tag there from MSL, but not quite. That's a weapon picked up for Electronic to try and use. This is like an investment from Navi. They've put a bit of stock into this round, so they would love some results. Kirby holding close here. They had the nade come in from short, so they might expect there's a close player, but the smoke starts to fade and they line up for Kirby and Cajun B. It's that same duo,
wow.
But they've been cut down by Electronic, who is quick to get revenge for the rest of the Navi squad. 1v2 and his running shoes on. He'll get into the A-bomb site with plenty of time to spare. Throws an impromptu smoke to get himself across towards long, and that's where the bomb is planted for. It doesn't look to make the trip. That smoke is down, obscuring his vision for now.
Uh-oh.
The player at long is MSL with the AWP, though. So when this smoke fades, Electronic is on the chopping block, and MSL sees him. That's going to be the defuse in a 14th round for North.
Yeah, I mean, that was such an important one to close to North. That would have been a massive mistake if they threw that round away. You could see Cajun thought that it was already over. They got the kills. They started to run back. Cajun tries to retreat, thinking that was everyone dead from middle. He gets shot in the back. If that was a 1-on-4 thrown away by North, that would have been a real shame. But at this point, even if it happened, Trace, I mean, the scoreline, it's not close. It's not fair.
Yeah,
it's case in point.
It's not really indicative to a comeback here from Navi, not at the rate that we're seeing them play. And the pacing that they're giving themselves here is just really flat. 14-5. North looking to walk away from this one.
Ooh.
Unscathed.
AZ's even taken the second AWP as well. I mean, Harry, you talked about this game maybe being the head-to-head of AWPers. We've not seen that. MSL has 7 kills rather. He's not really doing much in the fragging department, but it doesn't matter. AZ's on 22. Top of the server by a margin. Cajun in close pursuit.
Pistol 4Ks definitely helped that. MSL takes the shot off catwalk, falls off bricks into spawn. It's going to catch a little bit of grenade damage there, only 6. So, once again, not a whole lot coming out of an HE.
The real truth is, in this round, this is do or die for Navi, right? They've put this investment in, they've gone for it, they've got everything they could need, and this is the only time that they're going to have that if they don't pick this round up. And then, you know, they've got to go 10 rounds on the back of nothing. They've got to start building from nowhere. So if you have any faith in Navi, if you're a Navi stan, this is the round that you need them to be picking up, or else the odds are it's over.
Yeah, full send here, full investment. MSL's gonna post himself up, gets wind that they're gonna jump off into spawn, catches Boomich doing that.
Ooh, that molly.
And gets burnt alive, burnt to a crisp by Perfecto.
There is so much fire over on
Just
ramp. You don't
so
blame
much.
MSL there, man. He didn't even know where the Molotovs were. There were 2 of them thrown in, and they just take up this huge area. Now, in response to all of this, they'll aggress it long. This is a really nice read from North. They anticipate this man coming in late on the lurk. They, however, don't anticipate Electronic just barreling down through long to take that gunfight. And so that there might be the save for North, right?
Certainly is the safe call. That's all she wrote. Navi going to stay alive with a 6th round. And perhaps it jumpstarts them running back in the other direction, Harry.
Yeah, I mean, you know, a problem for this North squad historically was kind of closing out these games where it feels like they're on the finish line, right? And we start to say, oh my goodness, is this really it? Like, North are actually going to do it. And then from scorelines like this, we've seen things fall apart. Do I think that's going to happen today? I'm not ready to make that decision yet. I think this should still be a North game. Something would have to go very, very wrong for North or very, very right for Navi. And, well, right now, I don't have much confidence in either one of those statements coming true.
A sad reality, Harry. But, yeah, can't really argue with that. AZ on the AWP over MSL here. He's going to go for a bit of a boost.
Oh, boy.
Dear, can Simple see this? Surely not. AZ's going to get the kill as Boomich runs right down middle. He sees a smoke. He thinks he's safe. He is not safe. Fast B play. Perfecto has a key entry, taking down Gade off the top of the box. AZ can't stop them with a smoke in the door. And North have to consider, do they even want to go for this retake? No kit in the round.
Yeah, MSL only wielding a deagle. Perhaps he can find himself a weapon and get the hell out of Dodge. Smells like a 7th round for Navi, and I don't think that here it can be contested.
No, I mean, North realized that straight away, right? They go into that round with nothing more than an AWP and an M4 and some 4-sport pistols around it. What you were really hoping for there, if you're North, is that Navi take a very, very slow, drawn-out round, and that you're allowed to whittle this player count down. Simple. This is a few missed shots there, bailed out by Electronic.
Straight bailed
Brothers in
out.
arms they've had. Like, they're helping each other out at the very, very least.
That's about where this match has gotten to, though, I think.
That was rough. Does get to keep the op, though, so crisis averted. They're going to hold on to those 4 guns on that side. AWP there on AZ. We'll be taking that into the next round. And Boomich running down Suicide there, running down that quick cat.
I wonder why they call it that.
Well, basically, when you run down there, that's what happens. Yeah. Imagine that.
Can you believe it? Well, another pause from Navi. Truly making the most of this series, and I admire them for that, right? Don't give up. It's 7-14. The comeback is still on the cards, as unlikely as it may seem at the moment. Sign of a world-class team if you are never really giving up until the game is done and you're off the server.
Sign of a competitor, you know?
Yeah, and that's something that Navi want to be in 2020.
It's not GG until the whistle blows. And, well, there's no whistles in Counter-Strike, so...
I can blow you a wolf whistle, Trace.
Interesting. Well,
Just think about it. Get back to me.
Nah, I'm cool.
There's a lot of things I can't do, and whistling is one of them. Up there with reading or riding a bike.
Oh, I can whistle pretty well.
Riding a bike.
Riding a bike, yeah. Can't read or write a bike. Here's Easy with the kill down through mid. It's simple. Bested by Easy. Man, if you were watching this in a vacuum and you didn't really know much about the exploits of Navi, you'd be watching thinking, Easy, man, he's like the best AWPer in the world. And that's such a weird situation to be in. Now, Perfecto in this round at least deals with Kirby. So mitigates a bit of this danger that was maybe represented in this round. MSL's looking for that gun, but he's not going to be... Yeah, he's able to get it. No one's here keeping an eye on it. And now there's a wrap round coming in from Gade all the way through this B-bomb site. Now, what does this mean for North? Well, what this means is they now know where all of Navi are. They've cleared B, they've cleared mid. There is one place left that all four of these Navi boys can be, and it's long.
It certainly is that, all four of them. Just holding on. What we're looking at here is if they don't pull off this round successfully, they're going to have money going to the next, but it is back against the wall. Maybe if Cajun peeks that, he could have lined up a few with his deagle. Instead, he's going to go ahead and stand back just a little bit, wait for the cross, pop a Molotov over there towards the A ramp. And that's going to buy just a little bit more time. It kind of freezes Navi into place.
MSL has rotated all the way in. He was the guy to push top mid with Kirby. He is now hugging this box with the M4. And so that there can be a bit of an unknown entity for Navi. There he is emerging. Boomich is cut down. The penny's kind of dropping for Navi. Like, okay, there's a lot of people here, but we've got 20 seconds left on the clock. We've got to commit. That bomb is here. All of Navi are here. There's no time to change your mind. And Gade and AZ, they'll lock in that round. 3 kills between the two of them and a 15th match and series point for North. They might be about to open up their debut here at Pro League with a decisive victory over Navi, the team currently ranked as best in the world.
I mean, these groups have been very skew, Harry. We've had upsets across both days now, but this is really something. Astralis dropping 0-1 yesterday to the likes of NIP. North knocking Navi down to a similar spot. Perfecto, he's going to fast long play. Flash is good, they line up, it's 3! All of the frags, and none of the effort. Easy peasy.
Perfecto. That's what we say about that one. Gade and AZ, the last 2 players left. Navi, where was this a couple of rounds ago? That's the kind of dumb, crazy stuff that we need. And the urge to use the profanity there was just so high.
I
but
understand.
It's Gade and AZ left, 2 versus 5, and they're saving.
Yeah. Quite the hold on here for Navi. We're taking this to 8 on their side, still alive. Never say never. AZ's rang out with that op towards B tunnels. They're going to try to constrict down on these weapons that North are trying to salvage into the next round. There we go. Bomb's going to go off, and it looks like they kind of want to push this, too. They're waiting on the other side of that smoke. They're going to try to take these guns away.
That's the thing. This makes sense, but it's just... Oh, yeah, okay, they do get away with one, and they are so happy with that, right? The difference between 2 of those rifles being held forward and just the one is huge for North, because now they don't actually have the money to go for a buy. You definitely could have juggled this money around, right, and had something in this round. You could have had weapons almost across the board had you been able to get away with that second rifle. And so that 1 kill that Navi get, that chase, is so worth it because now it's put them in a spot where, once again, they head up into a round where there's nothing for North outside of this AWP. That said, the AWP has been enough before. So, you know, what does this mean in the grand scheme of things? Well, this is the best chance Navi can have to win a round. Will it transpire to that?
Simple doing the dance that MSL was doing in the first half, jumping on that long peak and almost like 180ing mid-air to change your momentum, I guess.
It's the shoulder peak of the century.
Yeah, right.
Real fast. F1 race car peak almost.
Little run boost here. Oh, that's cool. Peak car safely on Boobich's head. Gonna molly it. No one there though for the time being. North a double setup on the A site, and they've crunched the tunnels.
Yeah, look at this. This tunnels crunch yet again gives all the information to North that they could possibly need. However, that does mean that there are 3 members of North on the other side of the map. And with this impending hit on the A site, with 4 members of Navi out long, surely they're going to start to hustle that way right now.
Oh, almost the bait of the century there. Flamey jumps across. Simple was peeking into the angle, and the flash is good. AZ's going back for more. He might be able to find a 30 bomb if he can win this round for his team, but it's not going to happen. Electronic absolutely slaughters him. Kiebi on a flank. They clean up the man on the site. Gate is dead, and MSL has got to do the damage. He cannot step up with a P250. It's Kiebi alone. 1 on 3. Worth a shot, but surely unwinnable.
Yeah, this Molotov on Simple is going to make matters even worse as well. Like, look, he tries to molly them out, and that there would have given Kiebi a fight in the bomb site where he's displaced the 2 players that were inside of the confines, but never comes through. And that's all because Simple, you know, holds on to that molly, saves it to the very end. The second they know where Kiebi is, that goes in. And so he's just got to back away, try and hold on to the Krieg. Now, that wasn't a round that North had anything apart from the AWP heading into. But then they shouldn't have the AWP again in this round. So, you know, maybe that matters a lot to North. It's been a real kind of staple of success for them all map long, as it often is on Dust 2.
And AZ's just having the time of his life with it. So if they could have carried that over, might have been the difference maker, but they didn't. As you can see, there's almost a lineup right there, which would have spelled imminent disaster for Navi, who are currently sitting on map and series point for this best of 3.
I don't want to say it's happening, but Navi are sneaking up, guys. Navi are getting rounds. A few in a row now, just to get themselves back into the swing of things. North on Eco, this should be another one. Although North have done a good job of making every round close, even with limitations. Kiebi getting dunked. Might want to give that gun to Gade, who's on full health. Long way away, though, in the B tunnels. AZ watching the mid doors. Kiebi got to be careful on the cross, but he is scoped up. Information that can be transpired off of the audio cues. Jump back, Kiebi spraying, just trying to bait them in so AZ can do some damage. He'll just run away.
Oh, they mollied this, but MSL wasn't actually caught. That molly didn't spread to him. Will they be ready for him here? Cajun just going to get one with the USP flat out, and now MSL's position given up. Not quite able to land the shot, though. And Electronic dealing with him. Now, Kiebi's been keen to get into position over here on the cart. Now, if you're Navi, you've already dealt with a lot of these A-site players. Are you necessarily going to be ready for Kiebi in this position? Still, I mean, honestly, the Krieg's pretty great to have here, right? You've got their heads running out. It's like a bit of a shooting gallery, kind of the closest that we come to for like clay pigeon shooting in Counter-Strike. He's going to have all these heads running across the screen, and Kiebi, let's go. Oh, well. No, never mind. Crumbles under the pressure, but that's all well and good. You know, there was nothing invested here from North.
That's simple for you. You know, sometimes you just don't get a chance. You don't get an opportunity. And Navi, hey, they're clinching it round by round. Double digits now found as they keep 4 alive. Perfecto throws the AWP. I don't know where he threw it. Whether they're going to save it or just keep it away from them, but maybe Simple's happy on the Krieg right now. Some of these faster rounds that Navi are running, just staying grouped and trading their way into the A site makes sense. Gade will not get any exits unless he chooses to go into long.
You are correct. He's going to hold on to the CZ. Surely they don't feed him any frags here. That's going to be another round for Navi. You said it. They're itching their way back in.
Slow and steady wins the race, Trace.
Yes, that's what TwitchStat told me at least.
Simple's got his AWP back. Does save it after all. But there are 2 for North, and they've used their 3rd tactical pause as well just to really try and figure out what the hell is going wrong.
Yeah, they want to end this right here, and rightfully so.
To be fair, the last 2 or 3 rounds it's been such a skew-if economy of saving some guns, getting away with players of 1400, choosing to eco so you can buy next with 38. Not proper buys for North, not what they've got now. This double AWP, all the Molotovs, the kits for the retake. Whatever the game plan is now, this is the best chance they've had of closing this map.
And this is like the real eye test, right? Like, was the comeback ever beginning, or was it just the fact that North didn't have everything they needed, right? Like, as you say, there was a lot of these kind of half-bought rounds, all leading up to this full purchase. If Navi get this, though, the comeback could be well and truly on. However, this is not the start they wanted. This was Navi trying to get back into the swing of things, and instead they have been punched on down. Cajun B and Kierby, the old left-right goodnight over towards long doors, and that sends the bomb away back towards Electronic down here in mid, where they think they might be able to find some success. However, look at number 9 on the minimap. Gade is primed and ready for this B play through mid. He's keeping an eye on that. Simple has headed in through the upper tunnels in the meantime. AZ is scoped in on this position. So we're going to have the clash of AZ and Simple as this play looks to come on in.
Yeah, AWP for AWP. Simple's using the Dig right now. Going to jump again, baiting the peak. Simple's so good at it. And it catches AZ off guard. Electronic pushes ahead of the play and through the smoke. Gade sprays, but only 1.5. 2 HP left on Electronic. And surely a retakeable round for North, who have a hell of a lot of utility.
One more round right there, and what has sealed the fate. Now, Electronic with 2 HP. And nowhere to go, nowhere to hide, because those heat seekers will find you. Electronic falls. Kierby puts him out and also puts Navi out of this best of 3. Congratulations to North. They have done what at least we didn't kind of give them credit to do, and they have come in here and done it with a vengeance too.